The moment the world had been waiting for finally arrived, and it was more heartfelt, honest, and raw than anyone could have imagined. Lee Min-ho, a man known for his charm, poise, and calculated silence when it came to his personal life, finally broke that silence. And when he did, it wasn't through a cryptic post or a hidden message in an interview. No, this time he spoke clearly, publicly, and with a heart wide open. Before we take you into every detail of his unexpected confession, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest on this extraordinary love story. Because if this moment proved anything, it's that their story is just beginning. It happened during a press event for a luxury brand. What was meant to be a simple media appearance quickly transformed into one of the most emotional and unforgettable evenings in recent celebrity history. Cameras were flashing, journalists were ready with questions, but nobody expected what Lee Min-ho was about to say. Dressed in an elegant tailored suit and exuding his usual calm confidence, he stood before the crowd, ready to answer the usual questions about endorsements, acting projects, and upcoming appearances. But then the tone shifted. The host jokingly asked if there was any special someone who inspired his recent performances, particularly the depth of emotion fans saw in his last drama. And that's when everything changed. Lee Min-ho paused, just for a moment. He looked down, smiled softly, and then looked up again with an expression that said more than words ever could. Then he said it, calmly, clearly, with the weight of every unsaid word from the past few years finally being released. "There's someone who's been in my heart for a long time," he began. "Someone who inspires me, supports me, and understands me in ways very few ever could. Kim Go-eun is not just a co-star. She's not just a friend. She's someone I see my future with." You could hear the gasp ripple through the room. In a single sentence, Lee Min-ho shattered years of speculation, countless rumors, and deliberate silence. He gave fans what they had always hoped for, but never expected to hear from his own lips. This wasn't about drama promotion. This wasn't scripted. This was a man in love, finally free to tell the truth. And it didn't end there. "I know we've always kept things private," he continued. "That wasn't because we were ashamed or uncertain. It was because we wanted to protect something real. But I realized recently that love, true love, isn't something you hide. It's something you honor, you fight for, and yes, you eventually share with the world." The press didn't know whether to take notes or hold their breath. In fact, some journalists later confessed they were so stunned, they forgot they were reporting. They were simply witnessing a real moment. A moment that would become iconic in the story of Lee Min-ho and Kim Go-eun. Almost immediately, the internet exploded. Clips of the event were uploaded in real time. Fans from all over the world flooded social media with hashtags, artwork, videos, and emotional reactions. "Min-eun is real" started trending worldwide within minutes. Support poured in not just from fans, but from fellow actors, directors, and people in the industry who had quietly known all along but had respected their privacy. It wasn't just what he said, it was the way he said it, the honesty in his voice, the way he referred to her as his inspiration, his future, and the love of his life without a trace of hesitation. But the most beautiful part of the night came later, when Kim Go-eun herself responded. Just hours after the press event, Kim Go-eun posted a photo on her private social media account. It was simple, a picture of the ocean with the caption, "It's always been you." No tags, no names, just a single sentence that carried the weight of years spent loving quietly, patiently, and with fierce loyalty. People close to the couple began to speak out. One stylist shared that Lee Min-ho often kept a small photo of Kim Go-eun in his trailer. A longtime friend mentioned how, even during group gatherings, his eyes always followed her. Directors recalled the unspoken connection between them. How they seemed to move in sync, communicate with just a look, and trust each other completely both on and off set. And perhaps the most touching confirmation came from a veteran makeup artist who had worked with both stars during the filming of their popular drama. "I remember watching them between takes," she said. "There was a quiet affection there. Not flashy, not performative, but real. The kind of love that doesn't need to shout to be known." As the hours passed, more details began to emerge. According to one source, Lee Min-ho had recently met with both families. It wasn't a formal engagement announcement, but rather a heartfelt gesture of intention. He wanted them to know his feelings were serious and his plans were long-term. Another insider shared that Kim Go-eun had been wearing a simple ring on her right hand, a gift from Lee Min-ho that she rarely took off. It wasn't a traditional engagement ring, but it symbolized a bond that had already been sealed in private, far away from cameras and media headlines. Their agencies, surprisingly, didn't rush to deny or confirm. Instead, they released a short, respectful statement. Lee Min-ho and Kim Go-eun have always shared a close and supportive bond. We ask for understanding and continued support as they navigate this new chapter together. That alone spoke volumes. And what about the fans? They couldn't be happier. For years, they had shipped the couple with unwavering dedication, creating fan edits, writing stories, and analyzing every glance exchanged in behind-the-scenes footage. And now, their loyalty was rewarded in the best way possible, by knowing their favorite on-screen couple was also a love story off-screen. But this confession wasn't just about satisfying fan fantasies. It was a declaration of real, grown-up love. The kind that's built over time, in silence, through challenges, and with a mutual respect that runs deep. In the weeks that followed, sightings of the couple became more common. They no longer avoided being seen together. They didn't pose for the paparazzi, but they also didn't run from them. One photo captured them walking hand in hand at a quiet park in Seoul. Another showed them sitting side by side at a friend's wedding, laughing, completely at ease in each other's company. And through it all, Lee Min-ho remained consistent in his message. During a follow-up interview, he was asked again about his confession. This time, he smiled even wider and said, "I don't regret it for a second. I meant every word. I've waited long enough to say it, and I won't stop saying it now." He also hinted at plans for the future. Plans that involve building a life together, possibly even starting a family someday. "When you find someone who understands your soul," he said, "you don't let that go. You build a future around it." These words echoed through the hearts of fans everywhere. Because beyond the drama and celebrity culture, this was a universal truth. A reminder that even under the glare of fame and the constant pressure of the spotlight, true love can grow. Quietly, steadily, and when the time is right, it can shine brighter than anything else. So now, as we look ahead, we wait with hopeful hearts. Whether it's an engagement, a wedding, or simply more moments shared between two people who clearly adore each other, one thing is clear. This love story is far from over. It's only just beginning. And just when fans thought they couldn't love them more, an exclusive clip surfaced. Lee Min-ho and Kim Go-eun, hand in hand, attending a quiet dinner with close friends. No glam, no red carpet, just two people in love, smiling at each other like the rest of the world didn't exist. As they left the restaurant, Lee gently wrapped his coat around Go-eun's shoulders, whispering something that made her laugh softly. It was a simple moment, but it spoke volumes. Proof that what they shared was real, grounded, and full of warmth.